Welcome to the channel, everybody. I am the stepson of Krypton,
And I am Mantis.
and this is You, Me, and DC. And before any of you Marvel fans go changing the channel, we aren't going to just discuss DC content on here, although it will be a primary focus. We are going to discuss Marvel too, because we are both actually fans of the Marvel content as well.
Yes.
So, don't want anybody to get panicked. We do not judge Marvel fans or DC fans here. We judge based off of the content, not necessarily one or the other.
No allegiances.
Exactly.
Although I do prefer DC.
Oh, 100% prefer DC. But, Marvel has some good stuff here, and we will get into that later on in the channel. But our primary focus is the DC content, what we like and what we don't like about it. Just because we're DC fans doesn't mean that we don't have criticisms about any of the DC properties that have come out lately.
Yep.
All right, so what we're going to launch with today is Arrow Season 1, Episode 1. Now, Mantis, I know it's been quite a while for you since you've watched this.
Yeah, it's been a good while. I mean, probably, I'd say 5 years or 6 years. I mean, since it came out. I mean, it's one of those things where you watch it the first time and then I just haven't been back to watch it. So, full disclosure, I have seen this, but it's been so long that I don't particularly know the details of said season or episode. I know the characters, but I don't know. I can't remember, what's going to happen, what's going on. So,
well, and since I wasn't there the first time that you watched this, it'll be interesting to see kind of a new reaction because it's been a while. And I know you're not like me; you don't watch things over and over. Where I have, full disclosure, have seen Arrow probably about 18 times. I know you don't do that, so it'll be interesting to kind of see your reaction as well. Some things that you noticed that maybe I didn't notice, or maybe have still not noticed in number 19 of watching this.
Yeah, it's interesting because kind of being in the pop culture scene when you read all this stuff and you're kind of keeping up with DC and Marvel and society as a whole, seeing where things started and where they ended up is pretty interesting to say the least.
It is. I remember starting Smallville, and that was 2001, and it's just a completely different era of show. To where if you watch like Superman and Lois right now, it's night and day difference. So it'll be interesting to kind of see that. For those of you who haven't actually seen Arrow season 1 or Arrow at all, it debuted in 2012, which was a year after Smallville ended. So again, it started before a lot of this woke culture that has kind of injected itself into basically almost every form of media content out there. Now, it started well before that, so it is an interesting contrast to see, especially for people who know what it was beforehand, to kind of see where it ends up by the end of season 8.
Yep, like I said, I can't wait to relive it, so to speak. So,
all right, well, if you are ready to get into it, we will begin Arrow Season 1, Episode 1. It's pretty impressive to do that barefoot.
no shit.
Like if you landed on like a thorn bush or something. Like
You better. Why did he need to do that?
dramatic effect.
Oh, I see. What was in that, like, bonfire he had? Was there, like, gasoline he found?
A couple barrels just kind of washed up on shore.
The name of the island they found me on.
I mean, that thing exploded.
It's Mandarin for purgatory. I've been stranded here for 5 years.
Look at him.
I love that immediate lead in when you see his mask.
Yeah.
Survive and one day return.
Why did he kneel? Like, was he just being respectful, or like? I'm not gonna kill you.
More than what I
Probably,
was.
so you're not
To
feral.
forge myself into a weapon.
True.
Turning. Not the boy who was.
It makes you think at that moment he's like contemplating all of the people he's gonna kill or exhibit vengeance on back in his city. I'd be like, dude, you got any sweet and sour chicken? Like, I'm fucking starving.
Eaten. I'm gonna kill that person and this person. Like,
presence and a fixture at the Starling City
what if
Club
half of them weren't even
Shortly
in
before
Starling
his
City
disappearance, he
anymore?
was acquitted of a
Like, oh, I see. So he confirmed it, saying Pops died. Okay.
Scar tissue. Second degree
Or they
burns.
figured it out and they only rescued one person.
X-ray show at least 12 fractures that never
I mean,
Moira, I'd like you to
Your
prepare
son's in
yourself.
ridiculously good shape for being on an
Whatever
island
you
for 5
lost.
years.
I know. They must have had a GNC or on the other side of it.
I guess if he was fishing, man, that's a lean protein.
It's believable he looks that way.
But your skin's
With-
completely flawless.
Maybe not that part of it. But I mean, I would imagine him being on that island for that long, he would figure out how to build his own gym. Even doing body weight only, you know, he doesn't look ridiculously huge, so it's believable that he was just even just doing body weight. Ah, I wonder if Lex is still in there.
He became president, so he moved on. And
Ah.
put the
The
house up
room
for
is
sale.
exactly as you left.
This building always, or this castle always reminded me of Clue. Like there's like secret compartments and shit like you could get into on that wood paneling.
Right.
Your father's friend from the company.
Racist.
Right? He's just
Mr. Mann,
eyeballing
he
it.
wants to
It's
join
fine.
for dinner.
He walked right past that black dude and went right to the Russian. Just saying.
Did you hear that?
He's a Putin sympathizer.
Hey, sis.
I think this-
You were alive.
Hey, look, it's
We
Amanda.
can't win a class action suit against a man who swindled hundreds of people.
Wait,
out of their
Amanda,
funds and
from
life
what?
savings,
I'm taken.
then we're not fit to
Last
call
time-
ourselves illegal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And if we
Last time I saw her, she had a needle in her arm and she was dead.
Unlucky.
against an army, I love those odds. Why do you hate me?
Racist. I'm just gonna call it racism when I see it in the show, okay? So many racist themes in this. It's just
Almost unwatchable.
I know. Let's just rip that wound right open again.
Rude, they were watching that. Like, she turns it off and then walks away. Why not just walk away?
I know. Can't take it back. There's no way you get looking like that unless you have weights.
Everything
Just saying.
that was once familiar is now
And are
unrecognizable.
eating quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Guess they had mass gainer shakes on the island.
The face I see in the mirror is a stranger.
I feel like it's just the face he sees, but he was looking at his body.
I know.
Of course, if I looked like that, I'd be doing the same thing.
Cheap CGI. Dude, why is that on the TV in there? What?
The radar, the sonar,
Yeah. Why is that on the TV in there?
just in a random hallway.
Where do you keep the bottle opener on this thing?
I'll be there in a minute, Sarah.
You know, son, that is not going to finish well.
I would finish well. Just saying.
Oh, let's get something straight, Pops. I'm gonna finish.
What did I tell you? Yachts suck.
Tommy Merlin.
I missed.
Who has the last name Merlin? What is that?
Just-
Lost? They were all dead.
I've never seen Lost. Way to ruin it, fuckhead.
Cold.
Tomorrow.
What did she think it was? A fucking picnic? Like
Jolly, jolly.
a
I didn't realize you wanted
Spanish
to sleep
speaking
with my mother, Walter.
maid?
That's what I thought.
Isn't she Spanish speaking?
She-
am I
She
being
looks.
racist there?
I think you're being a bit racist. But it's fine because it's well, maybe not racist, maybe more stereotypical. You assume maids are either white upscale pricks or
And I don't want
you know,
She sounds
Hispanic.
like Consuela, okay? Like, no, Mr. Merlin, no home.
No.
I don't expect her to understand Russian.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, she looks like she's Hispanic, but also Russian.
Do they have those over there?
Hey,
that
don't
like a
forget about
thing?
tomorrow, buddy.
I mean, Russia's pretty big, but it wouldn't be Hispanic. It would be more Mongolian or Chinese, probably.
Hello, Mongolian.
Oh, hello, Mongolian!
Who?
What would you know about science, Mr. Ivy League dropout?
I know.
Biology? Yes.
Biology.
You have to use that line. Come on.
Laurel's gonna.
Because you're gonna die. But then she'll find out.
You know, in a movie or TV show, anytime you say we're gonna be fine,
It ain't gonna be. Yeah. Ooh, she's toast.
seconds, she's not here.
She's gone.
Oliver, wake up. Oliver.
Sneaking into my room again, bitch. I could have been busy. I told you not to bother me while I'm cleaning my room.
You're home.
Maybe he doesn't have PTSD. Come on. So nobody asked him where he got the trunk from.
Did they? Yeah, I know. Maybe he snuck it in, or like.
Well, the driver saw him get it out because he's like, I got it. As he's
Oh,
pulling it
that's
out of
right.
the car.
Yeah.
So he had to walk in with it. Nobody said, hey, where'd you get the trunk?
Where did you get these?
Roxy's. Thank you, Daddy's ACL tear.
Ollie.
No one's called me that in a while, Speedy.
Worst nickname ever.
What, always chasing after me as a kid? I thought it fit pretty well.
You fucking druggie. Called your shit out.
You did not come back from a deserted island with a souvenir.
It's a hosen, and in Buddhism it symbolizes reconnecting. I kept it in hopes that one day it would reconnect me with you.
It also has a tracker.
Have you noticed how hot your sister's got? Because I have not.
Your funeral blue. You get lucky.
Pedo.
Counting on another target-rich environment for your welcome home
I
bash.
disappear on an island, I expect you to do
You
the same
came
thing.
back from the dead. This calls for a party.
A big ass party?
I meant hooking up with a bunch of chicks at my funeral, but that as well if I come back.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what, yeah. I mean,
Neighborhood anyway.
you almost died.
No reason.
But, like, if I was on an island for 5 years without human contact,
Who isn't?
do you think he beat off every day?
I just got this from Hunt's lawyers. They filed a change
what
of
else are
venue.
you
We are
gonna
now
do?
in front of Judge Grow. Hunt funded.
I mean, you can only lift so many times.
You know, it's
And then the first thing you do when you get back is find the drunkest hot chick.
I don't know, did you see his arm? Was it like more developed right here? like
He's like,
like Quagmire when he discovered internet porn.
yeah, exactly.
Go and check my mail over there.
I want to bang you right here in this phone booth.
To apologize.
Are there still phone booths around?
Oh, that's right. That was 5 years ago.
how could I possibly blame her for doing the same things that I did?
I never meant
She was
You think?
Like, oh, I know.
couldn't grieve because I was so angry. That's what happens when your sister dies while screwing your boyfriend.
We weren't in the middle of screwing when she died. She got sucked out and instantly drowned. But
Because her body was at the bottom of the ocean where you left her.
No, I'm pretty sure she floated and then something ate her.
Should have been you.
Like, I don't think she was at the bottom of the ocean. I would not trust parking Mercedes, SLR, whatever it is, in that neighborhood in a back alley.
fuck no. Like, yeah, why is he parking in a back alley? Why is that car there? No one does this. How'd you like to be that guy? He probably has a shit life. He's working like 50 hours a week, taking out trash, cutting meat, or whatever he's doing. And his boss is like, Jim, I told you to take this fucking trash out 5 times. And he's like, God damn it, okay. And he takes out the trash and gets fucking shot by some random dude in a fucking devil mask. That's my luck.
Moral of that story, don't take out the trash.
Your father survived that accident. I ask the questions. You give me the answers.
He's like, that's all I had. I don't know what else to say.
Usually they give us the answers. What do we do? It's not in the Henchman Handbook. Remember Demolition Man? He's like, responded with a scornful remark. And it tells him what to do.
Maniac has responded with a scornful remark.
Yes, he did.
What did he tell you, Mr. Queen?
Did you pay the heating bill?
Did you pay the gas bill?
Did you pay the gas bill?
He told me I'm gonna kill you. You're delusional. You're zip cuffed to that chair.
You know my cuffs? I picked them.
You know my handcuffs? I picked them.
Not anymore.
Okay, Tommy, so alive.
I know he was pretending to be asleep, so he didn't have to do it.
I mean, I'm not lying. I'd play dead too. These fuckers running around with AK-47s with silencers somehow on them. Holy shit. Hardcore. I like the camera angle on that actually, where it was like on him when he hit the wall.
Yeah, I love that. You were just trying to shoot me. What do you mean?
Nobody can know my secret.
Yeah, you've seen my face. You must die.
It's like the
So that's
guy
your
trying to
story.
shoot you
The
when
guy
he
in
runs
a
out of
green hood
bullets.
flew
He
in
apologizes, like,
single-handedly
don't
took
shoot
out
me.
3
Like, dude,
armed kidnappers.
if you were better aim, I'd be dead.
I mean, who is he? Why would he do that? What about you? You see the hood guy?
I saw.
Is anybody worried about the poor dead guy that was taking out the trash?
No respect for blue collar workers, I tell you.
It's funny, as one day back and already somebody's gunning for
To
you.
be fair, he has a blue collar right now.
Aren't you popular?
He does.
Just saying.
These were pros.
Yeah. Well, they probably figured you pay a king's ransom.
Dude, why is that suit so furry?
Parent would do anything to keep their
Made
child
out of
safe.
motel drapes.
I don't find your tone appropriate.
Dude, what is that facial hair? It's like he's got a little thing. It's not like a soul patch. It's like a,
Luck never seems to run out, does it?
I don't know. I don't even know what you call it. Wait, where'd he, what? Hey, what is that?
Flipping looked like it was from 5 years ago.
You are different.
I know.
Not like you to read the book.
Oh, so see, she is Russian. Okay.
So she's just terrible with accents.
can go now.
Really seem different?
No. You're still a good boy.
Oh, I think we both know I wasn't.
I just killed a man. I mean, did I say that out loud?
Oliver. I want to
Gets her into the headlock. Nobody can know my secret. Mom, we need a new maid.
She just collapsed. She must have had the vax. She was triple boosted.
Oh.
What do I call you?
He, him.
Diggle's good. Dig if you want.
Did you just assume his gender?
I did. But if that's not a dude, then I don't know.
Do we have an agreement? Sir?
Motherfucker just jumped out of this car.
Sir.
And he disappeared.
What about your ability to keep him in the car?
Like, he just fucking vanished.
They always do that, though.
Like, there wasn't even like a little smoke cloud or anything. He just was gone. Okay, so this is a Queen Industries building that I'm assuming no one knows about or cares about. But somehow they still pay rent on.
I'm sure they own the property.
Yeah.
I don't know why they wouldn't have demolished it, but you know, it's
Cheap foundation?
right.
Okay. Montage.
How you get things done quick. You have a montage.
What is that water doing back there?
You need a water element, right? So you probably bust a pipe on purpose to kind of give it like it's that waterfall.
Yeah. It's like, it's not quite the Bat Cave, but...
Oh, it's where I'm at right now. Look.
So how did he build that?
They just have one of those guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
You're working in a factory all day. I'll go down to the basement and hit the salmon ladder under lunch, man. Where do you get all the equipment? The realistic version, he shot all at the ground because that's where the tennis balls were.
Adam Hunt. His crimes go deeper than fraud and theft, but he's been able to bully, bribe, or kill anyone who's gotten into his way.
well, he fits the profile.
He hasn't met me yet.
He's going to shoot up a school or something, I'm assuming.
I will turn him into a cautionary tale.
Yes, Mr. Hunt.
And this attorney, Laurel Lance, you said she wasn't going to be a problem.
Henchman.
Get in the car!
Who are you shooting at?
So my thing is, unless he got him with that first shot, which it didn't look like a fatal wound, how do you not hear that guy screaming in pain?
Yeah. Okay, again. How the fuck did he pull him out of the car and is also on top of the car?
Simple, just bust the window out. And... Have you not done that ever?
I've not tried, but
There's a whole class on it.
I'm not saying he couldn't do it. Cool.
Maybe he like pulled him out, and then as he was getting up, he jumped on the hood.
And he had a bow and arrow.
Interesting.
What, you don't believe me? That maniac put 2 of my men.
Okay, so he didn't kill them.
We'll put out an APB on
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
I go to the front.
Did that happen at the night, or did that
Now,
just
he said
happen?
he would be back here by
Because
10
it's daylight
p.m.
out here.
Make sure you're here first.
I get they were in a parking
Coordinate
structure,
with
but
Mr. Dracon, my new head of security.
he said he put 2 of my men in the hospital last night. Why are the police just now investigating this?
Right, well, thanks.
Did he get all his affairs in order?
You always forget about that. It's Had to hire new henchmen. You think he goes to Indeed for that?
Yeah.
This beats for all
That's like a I got you last time, dude. Yeah.
At least he learned from his mistakes, right?
Hot bitch alert.
That's all that's in there. Like, that's like heaven.
Man of the hour! I missed tequila!
How convenient.
You have not had sex in 1,839 days. As your wingman, I highly recommend Carmen Golden. Which one is she? The one who looks like the chick from Twilight. What's Twilight? You're so better off not knowing.
He really is. He's better off not knowing.
Drug dealer.
Ollie, hey, this party is sick. My brother and my father died. I went to your funerals.
I know.
It's actually surprising she doesn't have a kid already.
Right? And a
You know,
bigger
brother.
drug problem.
Yeah, like, you know, brother died.
No, I must have dropped it.
Okay, so he just slipped it from her.
There's the creepy security guard watching him do that.
Tommy. He made the point that we have too many years between us to leave things the way we left them.
Convincing.
Is there someplace quieter that we could go?
That's a true wingman right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he saw that he's kind of still interested in Laurel, and then she's kind of being a bitch about it, understandably, because her sister died and was cheating on her with him.
About Sarah.
And then he's like, you know, you should go talk to him. You know, he's changed.
But it's what are his motives is the question. Why is he trying to push them back together?
Maybe he's just trying to get him a piece real quick. Something he's familiar with.
Did she suffer? She drowned. I can't imagine that's pleasant, right?
There's,
I mean, it's probably better than being burned alive, but
yeah, but maybe better than being burned alive, but
Something wrong?
I asked somebody to do something.
does your chase app do that?
They didn't do it.
it does not, unfortunately.
You always saw the best in me. Stay away from me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hurt you again.
You banged her sister and got her killed. How much worse
I
could
got 5
you
years
do?
of debauchery to catch up on.
True.
Give her herpes?
You're wrong.
Well, I did get crabs on the island, so.
At least now you're honest.
Do we know what club just has Earth floating in it?
I know.
Something I can help you with, sir?
Like, why are you there?
It's locked.
Ex-Marine my ass.
How are you going to explain that when he wakes up? First off, what kind of businessman's only running one computer monitor? Really?
Yeah, that's not true. Oh shit.
You missed.
Really?
Yep. Yellow health bar.
Boss fight.
Yep.
He's here.
All units converge. All units converge!
Why weren't they waiting out by at least like maybe one floor down? They are literally on the street.
Why were they there anyway?
they said that he'd be back at 10. So they were waiting for him. That's what I'm saying. Why would you wait? That, and who wears a leather jacket to fight? Have you ever tried to fight in a leather jacket? Especially if it's more, fitting.
No, I can't say that I have.
That's not a thing. That's not gonna happen like that.
Was he wearing a bulletproof vest?
He wasn't. But I think his suit's got like a Kevlar weave in there. You at the Vigilante store.
Yeah.
Tell me you saw that.
Normal Tuesday. It's fine.
Just like the ability to fire a recurve bow that high up into the air and still penetrate concrete enough to anchor that cord. That's the thing.
Mr. Merlin, imagine my shock at finding you here. Did you roofie anyone special tonight? Huh?
Just your daughter.
Know anything about that?
Who's Adam Hunt?
He's a millionaire bottom feeder, and I'm kind of surprised you weren't friends.
I've been out of town for a while.
Yeah.
You can find him? I'm gonna offer a reward.
Hey, everybody! $2 million to anybody that can find a nut bar and a green hood.
I'll dress up as one for $2 million.
Right?
I'll take the vault.
And you find me, and then we'll split the money.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Oh, so he's still pissed off about. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
But what does he think? That he was banging both of his daughters and he just didn't try to help him?
I mean, you asking to have your party here and Hunt getting robbed right next door and by the same guy who rescued us at the warehouse?
If I were you, Tommy, I'd just be glad you're alive.
What happened to you on that
I
island?
mean, no one can know his secret.
That's what I'm saying. Like Diggle just got choked out, and then that happened. I mean, Diggle's gonna put two and two together. Like,
$40 million doesn't just up and vanish.
Never gonna talk about the fact that he choked out his ex-army bodyguard.
yeah. And then the cops come in here. I'm assuming the cops are there because there was, gunfire. They're gonna find all these illegal weapons and be okay with it, like.
But they didn't take that arrow as evidence? Something
Yeah,
off of it? No,
there's some weird things there.
Why do you have that knife out on an inflatable raft?
Very not safe. Could kill
Especially if
everyone.
you're dozing off.
Make it better. Right my wrongs.
Then again, that is Kavanaugh.
You hear me? Don't leave here, son.
Stargate Atlantis.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's him. It's like we made a big mistake. We never should have revived Kavanaugh.
We made a terrible mistake. We never should have revived Kavanaugh.
Murder. Suicide.
See, that angle is sus, man. I think he would have hit the raft.
He could have.
A very grateful phone call from one of our clients against Adam Hunt. Me too. It looks like Starling City has a...
Speaking of which, how did he get all this money in their bank accounts?
You didn't see the laptop that was taking funds and then distributing them to all of these bank accounts that he somehow got all their account numbers and exactly
Pretty quick last night, even after I made
Yeah,
sure the bar was stocked with
interesting.
Pinot Noir.
It wasn't really my scene. I wouldn't exactly characterize us as an us, Tommy.
Then what would you call it?
A lapse. Oh, come on, Merlin.
3 lapses
we
in
both
5
know
years.
that you're not a
What?
one-girl type of guy.
Why?
Dinah
night.
Laurel Lance. Always
And
trying to save
all
the
of your
world.
clients just got taken care
Okay,
of
if I
by
don't try to
Oliver.
save it, who will?
The police failed to identify the men I hired to kidnap Oliver. And they never will.
No. There are other
Are you shitting me? So the mom orchestrated the kidnapping, who killed someone else, by the way.
That duplicitous bitch. All right, so what did you think about Arrow season 1 after not having seen it for a while?
It was pretty good. You know, a lot of action in there, setting up certain character arcs. You know, it's interesting. You know, he's been gone for so long and comes back, and he's trying to hide who he really is. So, you know, he's thinking back how he was before he, you know, left the island. So he's trying to be kind of a dick and stuff to people. But, you know, his mom, there at the end, his mom being the one that set up the kidnapping to figure out if he really knows what his dad was into, apparently. Which I'm assuming the little book was his father's as well, because it had Adam Hunt guy's name on it, and his hit list. It just, yeah, the fact that I just keep coming back to the fact that his mom set up the kidnapping and stuff. I don't know what the deal is going on there.
Set up the kidnapping, then you go and get him extra security so he doesn't get kidnapped that you set up.
Right.
Stop you having him kidnapped. He wouldn't need security.
Right. Why don't you just ask him?
Right. What was the last conversation you and your dad had? I'm pretty sure. Why would he lie to his mom? Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he told me to save the city. Like, I mean, you know.
Yeah, and again, there's some plot holes in there with Diggle being, you know, taken out, and then all of a sudden this shit happening. So he's got to know something's up, right? Like, this dude dipped out of the car, instantly vanished. He took me out, supposedly ex-military or ex-Marines, and then some crazy shit happened across the street or above him, and everything's okay. Like,
well, and Tommy's putting it together too, right?
Yeah.
And you know that whole kind of being a dick at the end there with Tommy, when he's like, "I would just be glad that you're like that's not sus." Like,
right?
Because you're trying to give this, like, in Batman Begins, you're trying to have this persona of being the billionaire playboy kind of thing, but then you're having these very, very deep, awkward moments with the people who are around you the most that are going to notice and question this. And
you're right, and the thing he has going for him is the fact that he has been on this quote unquote island. Like, he could play the crazy, like he could totally play the crazy card and get away with it.
Oh yeah, it's not a hard stretch at all.
No,
maybe
I can't imagine.
Like Plan C.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine being on that island for 5 years and not going fucking crazy. Like, I would be. I don't know.
He didn't even have a volleyball, right? Like, I mean,
yeah.
You know, so
no Wilson. I mean, like, even just thinking back at the time, like, my job's remote now because of COVID. So, like, how, like, and I was losing my sanity somewhat, not seeing people on a daily basis, going into the office and stuff. Like, I can't imagine being on an island isolated for that long and coming back and just completely reintegrating and whatnot. Like, there's no way.
I'm going to say this, and maybe people in the comments will give me shit for it, probably, but I'm saying, the way things are right now, 5 years away from everybody sounds like peace.
Maybe.
Sorry, man. It's just like, you know, I don't partake in a lot of social media, but just what you do see, man, I'm just like, all right, maybe 5 years away is not the worst thing.
You may not be. And, you know, kind of tagging onto that, like, in this episode, and you don't particularly get a lot of the woke ideology that you see in the newer CW shows. Like, you don't see a lot of that, and I don't know, maybe something changed with CW or the writers or whatnot, but, you know, the pacing was good. It kind of lets you through kind of what happened before he got to the island and why, you know, his dad committed suicide to save him. you know, but yeah, the there's not a lot of the crazy shit that you see in today's TV and movies.
I will agree on that, and that's why I think Arrow One is one of the most popular seasons. Even though you had a lot of, like, realistically, you had a lot of no-name actors and actresses. Like, and I say that again. I'm not talking about like his mom or Walter, but obviously Stephen Amell himself. He wasn't really well known. He hadn't been on a whole lot. Willa Holland hadn't been on a whole lot. So they're all pretty new, younger actors and actresses and all of that. So, it was, you could tell parts that obviously, you're not watching movies with or watching a TV show with seasoned actors and such, but it was done really, really well. I think the writing was good in these seasons. I think that's why it's one of the one of the most popular seasons is 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see where it goes.
I will say this, though. The only thing that kind of gets me is why, and the typical CW show is going to run 23, 24 episodes like Smallville did. Why introduce the mom thing episode 1? Like, the whole thing with Tommy and with Diggle and now the mom. You get it. It's a pilot, so you're like, dude, we gotta throw all this in here. Maybe it works because if they don't pick up the show, what does it matter? But I feel like then when you realize you did get picked up and now you got to make more, like, why would you have this big bombshell episode 1 instead of having it something a little more behind the scenes and then you find out about it like midway through the season?
Yeah, I would have left the Tommy thing out. I would have kept in the mom being the one, like, I agree with showing that part of it at the end, and but maybe leaving out, the Tommy arc until the second or third episode.
See, I would have done it different. I would have the Tommy arc. It's fine, like, because they are spending a lot of time together. Like, he's wanting to go to the club, and he's wanting to like go around the city and all that stuff. I would have had a couple of more things happen. And then, like, episode 4 or 5, you see, like, into the episode, they go to reveal and you don't see it, and it's the start of the next episode, or right the very last few frames of the episode, you just see his mom turn, right? And add that dramatic effect in. So then you're like, oh, holy shit, like, his mom was behind all of these different things. I felt like that would have been a cooler reveal. Maybe cool is not the right word for it, but I would have thought, since you're having somebody that close to him already be that duplicitous, kind of do that dramatic reveal versus here it's the end of episode 1 and you already know his mom's this blind bitch.
Yeah, but again, I don't know what happens in the next episodes, so. Like, to me, I'm cool with it. The Tommy arc, whatever. But the fact that, okay, he gets kidnapped, and then you're like, what's going on here? I just assumed it was Hunt's dudes, but that happened technically before he even thought about messing with Hunt. So when they bring in the mom at the end, that, she's the one who instigated this, wants to find out what he knows about his dad. I'm cool with it being there. I just think there was a little bit too much. They could have left the whole scene out with Tommy and Laurel and him sitting up there. But, it's whatever.
Well, what kind of doesn't make sense is, so you just told her to stay away from you because you're going to hurt her again. Then why are you stalking her? Right?
Well, right. I mean, he's saying stay away from me because I don't want you involved in any of the shenanigans that I'm getting involved in. Because clearly Tommy got brought into it because he was hanging out with him. So he's trying to keep her as far away from him. The whole Lois doesn't need to know who I am. I don't care about Lois. The whole Superman trope, Batman, the same thing. It's like, keep all these people away from me that can get hurt. I get it. But he's like, fuck Tommy. Yeah, he's kind of a dick. If he gets killed, who cares?
Right, but Laurel's different. I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Like you're trying to keep your best friend in the dark. You're not doing a great job. You just told the girl that you love to stay away from you, and then you're stalking them both in a dark alley. Just kind of like,
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's jealous.
it's like 2 blocks over. There's a crime happening, and you hear people screaming. No, he's just stalking his ex-girlfriend and his best friend. You know.
Yeah.
But either way, I love that. You know, he did, like you mentioned earlier about the camera angle as he's kind of parkouring off of, down the building there. He did most of his own stunts, and he does most of his own stunts throughout the whole series. So I not only respect that, I like it. I think it makes for a great scene where you don't have to cut away every 2 seconds because obviously that's not them.
Right.
So I respect that. I like it. And that's what I love about definitely, especially the first several episodes or seasons of Arrow. Here, as you see that.
Yeah, he the fight scenes were pretty good. The camera wasn't too cutty away. A lot of times they like to just cut the camera away on fight scenes because they don't want you to see who it is or anything like that. But they were pretty believable, being a guy that's going up against people with machine guns. It's one of those things that you see in comic books and in movies. This dude's like, oh, he dodged these bullets, and it's like, well, he doesn't have super speed or anything like that. He's not bulletproof. So maybe they could have done a little bit better job of him being a little bit more timid on it. He learned all of these things on this island, I'm assuming, but it's the first time, unless there's people on the island with guns, that he is fighting someone with weapons with guns. So it just was very interesting to see that he kind of figured out how to do that on the fly.
So what I'm taking from that is what you're saying is when he shoots people with arrows, you should see like a POW pop up on the screen.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad. I'd be okay with it. Scott Pilgrim-y. Do all. I'm good with it.
Somebody and he's just like bang, on the screen. It's like old Batman, TV
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
R.I.P. So.
Yeah. Yeah. It was pretty good for the first episode. Can't wait to see what happens in the next one.
All right, and for those of you who are waiting to see the next one, if you did like this video, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. We will have more content coming soon of Arrow. I can't speak for Mantis here, but I personally don't like when people say at the very beginning of their video, oh, like and subscribe and hit the bell notification, because I'm like, what if I didn't like your video, right? Like, I might follow you on YouTube, but if I don't like that video, I'm not giving you a like. I won't give you a thumbs down, but I'm not going to give you a like. Okay?
True.
So, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. We've got a lot more content coming in the days ahead.
Especially if you've gotten this far.
Yeah, if you've literally made it and listened to us, which I hope you have, definitely consider subscribing because a lot more content is coming up. And if you haven't seen Arrow, we'll get to find out what happens in the next episode.
Yep.
All right, well, that is it for you, me, and DC for this episode. Tune in next time, and we will see you then.
Later.